Hello and welcome back to my channel. Today, I will be recommending top 10 Manhwa, where the main character is a Tamer Necromancer. So, without any further delay, let's start the list. Coming at number 10 we have Monster Pet Evolution. After the cataclysm, the animals and plants of Earth underwent many changes and evolved into monsters. To stop them from causing havoc and destruction all over the world, the profession of monster trainer was given to those that managed to subjugate and tame these monsters. This story is about Gao Peng, who was an aspiring monster trainer with mediocre talent. But on his 18th birthday, he suddenly obtains the ability to see the attribute data frame of the monsters and decides to become the strongest monster trainer that ever lived. Coming at number 9 we have the Charm of Soul Pets. Chu was an heir to the Chu clan who gets thrown in an island due to a plotted murder. Faced with this death-like situation, he struggled to survive with his small moonlight fox that he recently captured. After finally escaping the island, he thought he could live a peaceful life, but little did he know that this was only the beginning to a fated journey with his little moonlight fox. Coming at number 8 we have Taming Master. Ginseng was an average college student in real life, but in the VR world of Kalen, he was a powerful level 93 archer. But he resets his character when he finds a rare hidden class of the Taming Master. After seeing him delete his high-level character, his VR-loving teacher threatens to fail him if he couldn't level up to his previous level in 2 months. Now, Ginseng has to achieve an impossible feat and achieve glory as the one and only Taming Master. Coming at number 7 we have the previous life Muram Ranker. The protagonist, Gang Tae-ha, was one of the strongest hunter in the whole world. He was an SSS class necromancer who was considered undefeatable even among the top rankers. But after clearing a high-level dungeon alone, he was betrayed and killed by his guild master. However, instead of dying normally, he gets reincarnated into the body of Yu Xin and later finds out that he was in a different world where martial arts determined one's position. Coming at number 6 we have Starting Today I'm a Player. After the arrival of Gates, Monster brought chaos into the world and a selected few humans awakened supernatural powers in order to stop them. Among them the 12 strongest hunters built a separate place for themselves and turned all the non-awakened into their slaves. Li Jun Kaiying was one of the non-awakened who wished to change this unreasonable world and gets a chance to do so when he gets sent to the past. Coming at number 5 we have is the Demon King a healer? The protagonist was a healer who was treated poorly by all of his teammates and was beaten by them even if he didn't do anything wrong. He endured all the hardships, but after losing his only friend, he goes on a rage and researches about all sorts of magic for the next few years. After completing his research, he becomes a super powerful support magician and becomes a demon king in order to take revenge on the people who killed his friend. Coming at number 4 we have the Dark Magician transmigrates after 66,666 years. Diablo Wolfer was a 9th class dark magician who lost the battle against the 12 gods and got sealed away. But he breaks the seal and wakes up 66,666 years later in the body of a Jamie Welton. Now with the second chance to relive his life, he decides to regain his powers and take revenge on the gods that had sealed him away. Coming at number 3 we have Soul Station's Necromancer. The protagonist Kang Woojin gets forcibly summoned to a fantasy world filled with monsters and supernatural beings. After becoming the strongest necromancer of that world, he returns to Earth 20 years later, only to find that Earth had been invaded by monsters and a minority of people had awakened supernatural powers in order to fight against them. Now, armed with his 20 years worth of knowledge and experience, he once again walks on the path of becoming the strongest necromancer. Coming at number 2 we have the Lone Necromancer. The world gets invaded by monsters that killed people and made dungeons in the buildings. So in order to survive in this apocalyptic world, everyone gets a class and supernatural skills to fight these monsters. This is the story of Sunwoo, who chooses a necromancer class in order to fight the invading monsters army with an army of his own. At number 1 we have Kill the Hero. Woojin was a high-level player and a member of the Messiah Guild that was thought to bring salvation to the world. Later, he gets killed by his own guild leader and realizes that everything the world knew about his guild was false. However, he gets a second chance and opens his eyes on the day of his awakening. Now that he knows the intentions of his previous guild leader, Woojin must do everything in his power to destroy him.